Well, ladies and gentlemen, after 5 years of me covering this series, I know My Hero Academia has been out for a longer period of time than me covering the series itself. But after 5 years of me covering My Hero Academia, I bring you my final live reading as the last chapter of My Hero drops today. So I normally don't do this, but I decided to change for the occasion, for this one specific moment. Slept in, missed the first stream, but I'm gonna watch this for my daily Kyushu content. Juke, I'm happy to provide that for you. Shoto, good to see you, and as always, Midoriya Shonen, it's good to see you as well. Let's begin, shall we? Well, it's probably better to say, let's bring it on home, shall we? So as you can see, if you were here for my One Piece reaction, y'all know I usually still had on my church clothes, and it was in black. But I decided that for this moment, as we read the final chapter of My Hero Academia, I had to wear my Plus Ultra shirt. I had to wear it. So good to see you. Good to see you as well, CDs. I had to wear my Plus Ultra shirt to bring out to cap off this entire series. Last we left off, we saw the students of Class 1A. Well, we really had a nice heartfelt moment with Uraraka and Midoriya. Not before we had like this little backstory of that one mysterious person who was apparently locked in his basement, where his family mistreated him and abandoned him because apparently his quirk was considered freakish. And he was locked in his basement, and when the war happened, they basically just up and left him behind. And he just had this feeling of hate and malice and wondering, how can people outside of this house be happy and smiling when I feel so sad? And he was preparing to just straight up just go on a rampage and possibly kill people. But it wasn't until someone took him by the hand in a manner that could have prevented everything that happened, by the very same old lady who looked at Shigaraki when he was a kid and ignored him and said, like, a hero will probably take care of this, I'm sorry. And she went on her way. She went out of her way here to grab the hand of this little boy and said that, don't worry, Granny's here. So that's like a whole big character development moment for a character we haven't seen in 400 chapters. So it was what we haven't seen since the beginning of the series. Yeah, in about pretty much like 400 chapters. And then we had Uraraka having a heart-to-heart with Midoriya, and he was there for her. You're like, who's there for the heroes when they need help? So Midoriya was there for her. All the students found them, and they were like hugging each other. And Midoriya pretty much revealed that the Ember is still fine within him, but even though he used a little bit of it in order to get to where Uraraka was. And that's when they all found out, wait, One for All is gone? And that's when they find that out. And Hawks is talking to All Might, saying that, hey, since we have all these heroes, now people are starting to pitch in. Now civilians are starting to pitch in. And I have a feeling in the future, we heroes are going to have a lot of free time on our hands. So now, with that backstory with that whole recap out of the way, let's begin this final chapter of My Hero. My Hero Academia by Kohei. Why did I call him Shuhei Horikoshi? I'm sorry, it wasn't Shuhei, it was Kohei. It was Kohei Horikoshi. I incorrectly said his name Shuhei Horikoshi in my One Piece reaction. Apologies for that. I'll put a comment up saying like I incorrectly called him that. By Kohei Horikoshi. And it has all of the students of Class 1A. Midoriya, with all the scars he suffered. Shoto, Mina, Shinzo, Tokoyami, Sato, Seto, Ojiro, Jiro, Yaoyorozu, Koda, Aoyama, Bakugo, Kirishima, Asui, Mineta, Ida, Uraraka, and Hagakure. Kirishima and Kaminari. And then of course Shoji as well, along with Aizawa and All Might. And All Might is in like his muscular form, and this is all of them in this big wide color panel. Man. And then we just begin. It's already been destroyed. That depends on what you people decide to do tomorrow. People are not born equal. Bro, we are not getting the first words from Midoriya from the very first chapter. People are not born equal. We each take shape differently, which leads us to care about others. It's because one's mind and body are unlike anyone else's that we're drawn to others in the search for common ground. And then we have someone running in, and it's we're getting a time skip. We're ending My Hero Academia with a time skip, because we have Kota, and he's older. He's much older. Like he's like a teenager now. And he runs into a room and goes, Midoriya! Deku-sensei, where are we meeting up for the practical exercise this afternoon? Kota's older. He's still got the hat. He's still wearing the hat, even as a teenager. But, oh, God. This was the truth about society. I learned at age 17. And then we have Midoriya, who I believe is much older, as he goes, at the bus stop. It'll also be a lesson on how to get to USJ. And then we see all of these images of the past. We have Midoriya going home to see his mom. We have all the students that are, cramming for their tests back when they were younger. We have Mirko. We have All Might helping out Gran Torino. Because remember, Gran Torino suffered a lot of damage. Then we have Mount Lady with Kamui Woods. We have Shoji helping, bridge relations between people and heteromorphs as well. We have Kota and Eri. They're having a play date, I guess. We got Tokoyami speaking to Hawks. We have Present Mike, who has his hair pulled down and in a ponytail. And mind you, these are past. These are past things that happen because everyone is still young in these old images. And we have Midoriya, and he has like the embers in his hand. And then, let me just continue reading here. Even now, those voices encourage me. There's no denying that. Oh wait, hold on. There's no denying that on that day, I felt everyone's support, hopes, and prayers. Even now, those voices encourage me. If sparing a thought for someone else is the first step towards herodom, then on that day, everyone was a great hero. I was hardly cut out for the dream I held, but it came true for me anyway. And the tale that began when my body took action before I could think comes to an end along with the ember of One for All. Not surprised. Not surprised. People try to dispute and say like, oh, his power is going to turn into something new. I've heard so many theories, but I felt it was a poetic end for Midoriya, who began this story quirkless, had the greatest power in the world, and then gave it up in order to bring pretty much just peace to the world. And it shows this fire of the ember in his hands, and then it starts to wilt away, and then it just disappears. It shows Ida, and he has like this shaved hairstyle, and his hair is swept all the way back. And I think this is the graduation ceremony for everyone. Yeah, we got everyone. We got Endeavor and his family. Well, not Endeavor and his family, but Endeavor and his crew, because I see the fiery hair of Burnin. And we have Bakugo, who's working out, and we have a book that's apparently out there called The League of Villains. And we have everyone during this graduation ceremony. and Ida starts it by having Bakugo blow up the stage in this ceremony with Present Mike in the background. But let me get back to it. And the tale that began when my body took action before I could think comes to an end along with the ember of One for All. In that case, why am I still writing this? Because there are more pages yet to come. 8 years later. 8 years later. And we have someone in a regular classroom going, "High school is just around the corner for you bunch. You're to fill out and turn in your career goal forms by next week." It's gotta be UA's hero course for me. Its support items are all the rage these days. I'm shooting to get hired at Lightly Labs. That's the design agency where that brainiac Hatsume works. And Hatsume has grown older, and she's working, and she's got longer hair. It's pulled in a ponytail, and she's still working as hard as ever. And I forgot what that one student's name is with the ridiculously long eyelashes. And she's there with her, and she goes, "Would you please bathe?" Because, when she's focused on working on her babies, she does not do anything else. But she's gotten much older. And then another student goes, "I'll follow in the footsteps of Dr. Ryu Yoshida and become a physician who can cure the incurable. You can count on that." And that's the same doctor that we've seen in the past. Not Dr. Garuki, but the heteromorphic kind of bird doctor that we've seen in the past. "I want to join Gel Inc., which went down in history during the Cyber War 5 years back. Girl bosses who can code are too awesome." She says Gel Inc., but it's GE, capital G, lowercase e, and then uppercase L Incorporated. GL Incorporated. Gentle, La Brava, because it shows La Brava and Gentle running this entire company. That's crazy. And then one kid goes, "Huh? Wait, you're also shooting for the hero track? Hey, don't peek. Gonna be kind of tough given your quirk. I mean, come on, Dai." Well, you never know." And it's this one kid that has this bowl haircut, but it has spots all around it. Well, you never know. Especially since the villain emergence rate is on the downturn, which means they're cutting back on the number of pro heroes. We're looking at an era where only the uber powerful can be heroes. And then it cuts to this kid just walking through town. "Everyone's really changed. When we were little, every last one of us was nuts about All Might, Endeavor, Best Genus, Deku, Great Explosion, Murder God Dynamite, and Shoto. We wanted to be them." I get it. I'm the only one who never grew up. So when I'm feeling unsure of myself, I always come here. And then it cuts to a person who goes, "Ready to try your best as a first-year Dai?" "Uh-huh." And Dai, who is this kid with the spots around his head, he goes and stands and looks at the statue of All Might. The one with his fist in the air. He looks at that statue of All Might. And then we get some notification. We get someone talking to Shoji, who is much older, much bulkier, and his hairstyle is even spikier than before. "Tentacool, you've done remarkable work since your debut as a pro. You've devoted your efforts towards finding peaceful resolution to conflicts surrounding discrimination based on body type, which is still a concern in rural areas. In recognition of your achievements and influence, you're the latest recipient of the Imamura Peace Prize." And then Shoji, much older with a cool-looking suit, goes, "I'm dedicating the honor to those who joined the uprising 8 years ago. All I've done is stand atop the resolve that they demonstrated to the world. Nothing more." Next, in team-up news, Ingenium, Froppy, Creati, and Uravity have been touring elementary schools nationwide. And everyone's older. Everyone is older. Uraraka's older. She's got even longer hair. Froppy is older as well. Yaoyorozu's older as well, and she has hair draping around her face too. Recent times have seen a decline of the villain emergence rate and a broadening of the role that heroes play in society. Part of this expansion is the plan spearheaded by Uravity to expand access to quirk counseling, which is thought to be the most essential initiative of all in this day and age. Thanks to her encounter with Himiko Toga. Counseling for people with quirks, so that another person with the mindset of Himiko Toga doesn't arise and start to get like... Because Himiko's state, it could have been avoided. It could have been avoided if she got proper counseling for people who actually cared about her. Yep, and it doesn't surprise me that Uraraka would come up with something like this. And then we have Aizawa, who's he's older as well, but he's still wearing his usual getup, and his hair has been cut really short. It's like short and messy as he goes, "Hey, you seen this, Midoriya? Your old pal is about to drop a few notches down the Billboard chart. Again." Kacchan? Uh-oh. "Who said you could get up in my face? Ah! I ain't your entertainment. You wanna die, pal?" And this is Bakugo, who's older as well. And this dude's volatile nature, you think he would have calmed down just a little bit, but apparently his volatile nature has caused him to drop in the Billboard charts. Apparently again. You were trying to clean up his act, right? Todoroki's really gonna take the lead now. And Shoto looks cool while he's older. Even though we don't see his full body, we see his face, and you can see he's a little bit more mature in the face. Well, he's out there doing good day and night. He might be a little awkward, but he treats all fans equally, with respect. And these days, people are thinking of him as Endeavor's son less and less. You know how Togata Senpai skyrocketed to the top of the chart, surpassing Kamui Woods and Mount Lady along the way? What? Togata? Yo! Mirio done shot to the top of the chart? Does that mean that Mirio's the #1 hero? Mirio Togata skyrocketed to the top of the chart? Bruh, you mean to tell me Mirio is the #1 hero? Lemillion's the #1 hero? You know how Togata Senpai skyrocketed to the top of the chart, surpassing Kamui Woods and Mount Lady along the way? Now Monoma and Honenuki are matching that energy and coming up fast. The other day, Togata Senpai even joked about quaking in his booties. When you and Fuwa Senpai were chatting all those years ago, a thought occurred to me. I might be quirkless again, but as long as I made use of my experiences to encourage others... Oh, wait. Sorry, there was just a panel I just missed. Now Monoma and Honenuki are matching that energy and coming up fast. The other day, Togata Senpai even joked about quaking in his booties. And then Aizawa goes, "Do you miss it?" And Midoriya is kind of silent right now. And then he goes, "The thing is, when you and Fuwa Senpai were chatting all those years ago, a thought occurred to me. I might be quirkless again, but as long as I made use of my experiences to encourage others, well, there's something kind of awesome about that. I'm pretty awesome now, right? Maybe? You should be stricter with your students. I'm telling you, it matters." And that kind of brings down Midoriya just a little bit. These days, the type of kids who make it here to learn from us are basically given a golden ticket to be future heroes. We have to be tough. Keep them humble so they don't get big heads. Understand? You were so nice to us though, Sensei. And then it cuts to Midoriya, who's just walking through town. Ever since we all started working, our time off never seems to line up. It's hard to plan get-togethers. And then we cut to a poster. What does that say? Is Tokoyami like part of advertisement now? What does that say? Dark wings could be yours for dazzling translucency. Is he advertising shampoo? I feel like he's advertising shampoo. Hold on, let me full screen this. And then we have some more news. Absurdly popular with the male demographic, it's the chivalrous Red Riot. Now dive into a surprising origin story. And it cuts to some kids who are running in front of Midoriya as they go,
"Look, it's Red! Yeah, unbreakable!"
I do get a real kick out of seeing everyone's success. And when I get to thinking about our time in school, I tend to come here. And apparently Midoriya, because apparently there's been a statue made of the students as well. Either that or it's a big giant toy, but I think it's a giant statue made of all of the students of UA, because I see Bakugo, I see Midoriya, I see everyone, and they're all in like a circle in one part of the park. But Midoriya is making his way towards the All Might statue. Then the little kid that says,
"Look, it's Red! Yeah, unbreakable!"
and he starts to trip, and then Midoriya, showing a panel of when Midoriya ran without thinking towards the slime monster that was trying to take over Bakugo at the beginning of the series. He immediately runs over to try and catch the kid. And Midoriya catches the kid, but Dai also was diving forward because I think he was trying to get the kid too.
Ow! Close call! Thanks, mister!
And the kid just starts bowing repeatedly, and Midoriya looks over from the kid over to Dai.
Deku? Izuku Midoriya? Whoa, you really exist! Holy cow!
And then Midoriya gives him a handkerchief so he can wipe himself off. Is that so? You're almost in high school?
They say the times are changing fast, and in big ways, so someone like me can't keep up anymore. Since I've got a super wimpy quirk compared to my classmates. That's why I visit the All Might statue and ask him.
And Midoriya, sensing a bit of a kindred spirit in Dai, just looks at him.
If I can become a hero like all of you did.
And then Midoriya looks at him and smiles, because the words, "Can I become a hero like you, All Might?" back at the beginning of the series. And then he just starts talking, and then he starts muttering. Your quirk allows you to throw those saucer-like objects from your hair. A hair-based quirk? Taking a cue from Mineta, that should be workable. You could stack them for boosted strength and maybe even change their size? Seems quite versatile. And he starts muttering. And then Dai's thinking,
creepy, but encouraging at the same time?
Then we get more narration. This is a long chapter. We are halfway through now. We are just now getting halfway through. Ever since my own dream came true, it's been my turn to plant dreams into others. You'll be fine. After all, didn't you make an effort to reach out with a helping hand just now? You can be a hero. And not only does it show that All Might statue, there's an All Might statue there, but statues have been made of various people behind All Might to showcase it's not just pro heroes who get to be heroes, but civilians as well. Kids, elderly, adults, they're all right there. They're all right there in front of this statue of They're all behind All Might with their fists in the air. And Midoriya has his hand on Dai's shoulder and goes, you can be a hero. Do your best, kid. And then Midoriya goes, I'd be lying if I claimed I didn't miss it all. But as long as I can still inspire and encourage others, then I'd say this is still the tale of how we became great heroes. My Hero Academia, the end. And we're still going. We are still going. That is the name. Wait, did this chapter even get a name? No, it didn't get it. It didn't get a name. It just says My Hero Academia, the end. And then the chapter still continues because All Might crushes the end. He literally breaks the fourth wall and crushes the end as he goes, you're late, kid. I would have met you at the airport if I'd known. I've got a surprise gift for you. Oh? is it a wall scroll? And it shows that All Might is back on his feet again. Like, he's physically walking, but he has visually aged. It's been 8 years. He's got wrinkles all over. His body is still very tall for his age. It's still tall, but he's visibly aged. He's got like crow's feet and frown lines and heavy forehead wrinkles. You're late, kid. I would have met you at the airport if I'd known. I've got a surprise gift for you. Oh, is it a wall scroll? The data obtained from the battle between me and All for One 8 years ago apparently opened up all sorts of exciting possibilities, so they tell me. Just as quirks themselves grow and deepen, so too does technology. You mastered using multiple quirks at once, so I want you out there giving us more data. This must have cost a fortune. I can't. My overseas friends and young Hatsume came together to create this, and the project was funded by your old chums from Class 1A. From Class A, led by Bakugo. Bruh, are they? So even though Midoriya is not going to have, he's not going to have a quirk. There's no getting around that. He doesn't have a quirk anymore. But apparently technology has advanced so far, so if he wanted, did they make him a super powered suit? Did they make him a suit? Because he's holding a briefcase and it starts changing. My overseas friend and young Hatsume came together to create this, and the project was funded by your old chums from Class A, led by Bakugo. First of all, Bakugo led this project? He was the first person to fund this project for Midoriya. Don't try to hide it. Your body still has a way of leaping into action, right? Take this to heart, kid. You've also earned this power fair and square. And Midoriya starts tearing up and he starts smiling. All of us. For all time. And then it cuts to Bakugo, who apparently has allowed his hair to grow out a little bit so it has like a ponytail with an explosion at the end. Either that or that's part of his costume as he goes, "Come on, Deku." And then it cuts to Hawks. More time to kill than ever. I wonder. Traffic's all backed up because of a landslide on Warstar Road. Requesting heroes who can respond. And then it shows a shadow on the ground as we see Yoichi, the brother of All for One, the first user of One for All. And Midoriya kind of looks in that direction. Like we have like the ghost of Yoichi, like the image of Yoichi down on the ground, and we have Midoriya leaping in the air with his new powered suit that will like help him fight. This is the tale of how we'll keep reaching out to help for all time. Yeah, then I said, let me go back. I'd be lying if I claimed I didn't miss it all, but as long as I can still inspire and encourage others, then I'd say this is still the tale of how we became great heroes. All of us, for all time. This is the tale of how we'll keep reaching out to help for all time. Chapter 430, My Hero Academia. And we have all of the students. We have all of Class 1A. Well, we can't call them Class 1A anymore. We have all of them grown up and older. We get Koda. Koda looks cool. Ojiro looks awesome. Aoyama looks cool. We got Sato. We got Ojiro. Still missing her earlobe because it was taken from her. We got Yaoyorozu. She looks great. We got Shinzo, Tokoyami, Mina, Shoji, Ida, Mineta, Shoto, Asui, Kaminari, Kirishima, Seto, Hagakure, and then of course we have Bakugo, Uraraka, and Midoriya. The end. No to be continued. The end. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of My Hero Academia. That's it. Someone reminded me recently that apparently Tokoyami's head is covered in hair, not feathers. But it looks, if I go back here, yeah, it's hair, not feathers. He just has like a bird-like face, but it's not feathers all around him. Yeah. So Deku becomes Iron Man? It would seem so. We don't know the full nature of the case, but I mean, if it was developed by Mei Hatsume, I'm pretty sure it allows him to continue being a hero even though he doesn't have a quirk anymore. He can still be a hero and help out his friends. And he can that's crazy, but it's also awesome. Even though One For All is gone. Even though One For All is gone, the powers of it is gone, the last of the embers of One For All is gone. He can still be a hero because his friends, headed by Bakugo, made sure that he wouldn't be left behind. Gentle and Labrava have wedding rings? Wait, they do? Hold on, they do? Did I miss that? Oh god, I did. She does have a wedding ring on. Wow, they got married. Labrava and Gentle got married. I feel so happy for them. Such a meaningful... Okay, I gotta say this. This was a great send-off. This was a great send-off for the entire series. I love the symbolism of Deku using support gear to be a hero without a quirk. It continues the parallels between quirklessness and disability. Let me see what you guys have said. Let me see what you all have said. Rawl, good to see you as well. Let me see. I'd be living up to my namesake today, Midoriya Shonen. Yeah, and it's been an absolute honor to have you here in this chat, showing up every chance you get. I'm not ready for it to end. What a ride it's been, you guys. It has. MHA was my first anime. It's sad seeing the manga go today. Rawl, muting so you don't spoil the finale for yourself. I understand. Gotta say, no matter what the haters said, MHA was a good read. It was. Horikoshi really out for blood, huh? Mm-hmm. And I think that's the kid from last chapter next to Koda. Okay, so Deku officially done that One For All. Let me see. When you finish the chapter, say chapter finish. I want to be here for his afterthoughts and don't want to spoil myself. No idea how Gran Torino is still alive. He probably got that Yoda blood in him. Michael Malger, hi, hello. Hitachi Uchiha Magic Wand, good to see you as well, as always. Let me see, they're adults now, didn't catch that. Chell, good catch. She's longer bangs too. Cop, good to see you. Hope this quirk counseling initiative involves training for how to appropriately treat people with freak quirks too. Love that Kacchan has changed so much, but Horikoshi makes it clear that he's still the same person. Exactly. Someone reminds me, okay. Instantly, I love Dai so much. I hope he and Deku stay in touch. I feel, like I said, a kindred spirit between those two. They truly did break the fourth wall. Deku is now Iron Man. It was a good 10-year run. Yeah, the series has been in serialization for 10 years. I've been reading it for 5. 5 years of my life. I remember back when I first read this series for you guys. I was actually reading the manga. I was reading the manga myself. But then I thought, you know what? I want to react to this series. So I read through the entire series from the beginning all the way until I caught up, and then I've been reading it every time a new chapter popped up. And I have to say, for me to dedicate 5, because 5 years is a long time. 10 years is a long time, but 5 years is a very long time to dedicate to reading an entire series day in and day out. And I have to say that this has been one of the greatest experiences for covering a story I have ever seen, that I've ever been a part of. And I've been grateful that I've been able to entertain you guys, not only through my initial read-through of the series, but every single time I've read a chapter for My Hero. This is a phenomenal stories. I see people try and hate on My Hero Academia all the time, saying like, "Oh, when did My Hero Academia get so bad?" And I can't see it. I can't. What are you reading for you to say that My Hero Academia is bad in any way? Yes, I understand that there were some moments where the pacing may not have been the best, but to say that My Hero Academia is bad or is a bad story is just plain ludicrous. This has been a fantastic read because this is the series that I've told you guys. When I told you guys that this is the series that I read where it made me think psychologically, think about the minds of people and think about the world building and how the impact of heroes on society is what has caused so many things to happen. And you see so much character growth, including characters that may not have had such a really big impact. They even have moments as well, and no character development moment felt wasted. I felt like this was incredible as a story. This is by far one of the best superhero stories I have ever read, and I've been reading a lot of Marvel lately, but this was an incredible story. Kohei Horikoshi literally proved to everyone that like Marvel Comics wish they were able to release an entire series this consistent and this good in their lineup because they'd be faltering. But this was fantastic. Wasn't there supposed to be an announcement for the next project today? I have no idea. All I know of was just this. Deku about to be a hero again. Truly a magnificent ending that suits a masterpiece like MHA. It will go down in history as one of the best anime mangas of all time. I agree with you. You know, ending the story like this calls back to the original My Hero one-shot in which an adult named Midoriya pursues heroism using support gear. We have to say goodbye to this masterpiece now. Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. I actually thought they were going to incorporate My Hero Academia Vigilante into the story, but they didn't. Could you imagine Deku on the same page with the Crawler? So here's the thing. I haven't read My Hero Academia Vigilante. I haven't read that, but I know of the Crawler, though. Deku is probably stronger with the suit because it's a different version than what All Might had, what All Might had on it. Yeah, than the one that All Might had. What if I cry and smile? I think the anime for the last 2 seasons are showing that a lot of issues people had with the series was just pacing with the weekly releases and Horikoshi's bad breaks. Yeah, health breaks. Health breaks. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Thank you for joining me on this journey of reading My Hero Academia for the past 5 years that I've been covering it on my channel. It has been nothing short of amazing. Just what we've seen in the series, the plot, the characters, the character development, how people evolved as individuals, not just for contrivances, but because the story expanded by people. The story expanded by the people's characters developing. And I thought that Horikoshi is like in a league all of his own by writing characters this way and then seeing them evolve. They don't stay stagnant, they evolve as characters as time goes on. And this isn't just specific to the heroes. This also was the case for the villains as well. We got to see their side of the story, how they viewed things, and even in some cases be sympathetic to how a villain felt because Horikoshi is just that good at writing characters. This, and then just building upon like characters that we knew little about and then expanding on them as far as like All For One, finding out his origin story, why he did what he did. It's just, did I end the reading? Yes. I'm giving you my thoughts. This will be my final thoughts for My Hero Academia, because this will be my final moments of me talking about it. But everything about this has been nothing short of amazing. Kohei Horikoshi has cooked with this series, and I honestly can't see a single thing wrong with it. I have enjoyed every single moment. I felt sadness for certain individuals, anger at certain individuals. This was just a roller coaster of emotions in every good way possible. And I have to say that it has been nothing short of a blessing for me to read this series for all of you. I may have messed up a couple of times, may have done some bad voices for some characters. I may have faltered here and there when it comes to the story. I may have gotten some things wrong. I may have had some slip-ups here and there. But overall, this experience of bringing My Hero Academia to all of you guys has been one of the greatest one of the greatest joys that I could have ever done for this channel. And I just want to say thank you for being here with me for this whole I'm not crying. I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to. But I just want to say thank you for giving me the opportunity to entertain all of you with My Hero Academia. This is the end. And I just want to say to everyone who has viewed me reading My Hero Academia, all I can say is go beyond plus ultra. So with that being said, hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day. Fantastic day. Man, I can't believe it. But so have a fantastic day, and once again, as always, go beyond plus ultra! Now to move on to JJK, because we are still not done.